so excited.
It's time for Two Guys and a Goalie with Dustin Nielson, Matt Kassian, and the goalie, Joaquin Gage.
All right, it's 12:01 on a Tuesday afternoon. Thank you very much for being here. Nielson and Gage with you. Cass had a power outage at his place of work and said he was getting in the car to drive home as quickly as he can. So he is going to join us. He could have probably just joined us on his phone from the office. Guess I could have texted him that back. That being said, he has the office in Sherwood Park, right? It's not like he's driving from downtown Edmonton to get back home. I think that's the case. Anyway, hopefully he'll join us at some point. The Two Guys A Goalie brought to you by GS Construction. For over 50 years, GS Construction has been proud to serve the community and work alongside incredible people. Every member of their staff has their own story, but they all share one thing in common, and that is a passion for their work they do. For more, figure out www.gsconstruction.ca. Gager, what's up, man?
I'm just excited, Dusty. Really excited.
But what is it for?
F1's returning to Portugal in 2027 and 2028.
I knew it was going to be something along those lines.
I can't wait.
So it went 2027?
Yes.
Okay, so are they moving it, or are they just adding more races?
I have no idea. They might be adding more races, but back to Portugal. As you know, I love Portugal.
Oh, have you ever been there?
No. But
you probably would love it.
Anthony Bourdain was there, and it looked amazing.
That sounds good, then.
Yeah. Do you know who Anthony Bourdain is?
Is he a chef or a rock star?
Basically both.
Nice. Yeah. Then I guess I do know.
Yeah.
Big Uke says, leave it to Spec to ask a stupid question like, holy, what did he ask? I don't even know what he asked. Was it Stuart Skinner?
It's got to be.
It's got to be something to Skinner. I got to know what it is. I got to know what it is.
I'm sure it's awesome.
It's got to be something to Stuart Skinner, I would think. I've been on the air for like 6 straight hours already. I don't know what I missed. Please let us know.
What do you think? How do you think this question started?
I don't know.
I'm going to guess it. The first little bit was to get a rise out of him.
Just to get him a little fired up. Well, we'll get into that. The Yeg Sports Talk account says #vote LTE. We don't know who's doing that.
Well, I never set mine up.
Somebody's hashtagging voting for the. So you don't even have access to that. Okay.
I've never set mine up. I don't need the wrench. People know who I am.
It's a real interesting. Hernan, is it you? No. Look at that guy's face.
I've never seen his eyes go that big.
See that?
Have you seen me type this whole time?
You were doing something over there. And you were looking at the YouTube window, weren't you?
You can come look. I was sending the link to our guest.
Well, who's doing this? Who's going into the YouTube chat and promoting voting of certain teams?
Is that frowned upon?
I don't think in the YouTube chat. I mean, it's not like you're retweeting and saying, vote for my team, vote for my team. I mean, unless it is Eric in there going, Kevin Van Dosser says it's Tommy. Somebody else says it's a bot. It's not a bot.
Yeah, I know exactly who it is.
We'll never know.
Who's not here?
Yeah, who's
Trev. Oh, you think it's Trev?
Of course it's Trev.
Sitting at home,
on that
hopping in the chat.
On that goofy little couch of his, of course.
And drop it. Man.
I think it's Iwanek.
Yeah. Let's see here. I don't even know where Iwanek is. Interesting. I don't know. It's something's going on, and something's going on over there. Very interesting.
I like it.
Are you scared about your draft?
I thought I did okay. I don't think I'm going to win it. I think I'll probably be leader. Yeah, Benny's leading, eh? I wonder if that's a first guy vote thing.
He had a good draft.
He had a good, yeah.
Like, look at his two characters. Like,
Let's
first
see.
two, Kevin
Let me
McAllister
bring it up.
and cousin Eddie.
Cass says he doesn't see a link.
Oh, did we not send Cass the link?
Probably.
Hernan's too busy getting in the chat saying
I guess
vote for LTE.
Yeah. Hernan's too distracted promoting Lieutenant Eric's vote.
YouTube Trev always does in the morning, so I never do.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, it's
All right.
Benny's
Anyway, we'll send it to. Did you say so? It's Benny's fault.
Yeah.
It is Benny.
So don't vote for him. We'll see how it plays out.
Are you worried, Dusty? Like,
I don't know. I mean, if I get relegated, will I be a little sad? I'll be a little sad. But I'd also be entertained to see how a draft operates without me doing all the prep before it. Yeah, like with like the sheets and everything. Like, because if I'm not in it, I'm not in it.
You're like the
I'm
organizer.
totally out.
Yeah.
So somebody else will have to step up and do all that extra stuff.
Ooh.
That's a great question. Should be the commish, but I'm not sure she knows how. So I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays
Party
out.
with a Y?
You know how to spell Charlie Brown, right, Gager?
is it IE?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's IE.
BROWN?
Yeah, you got it. You nailed it. Yeah, we'll see. If you want to go vote for the draft, you just go on Twitter or on our Instagram accounts at Yeg Sports Talk. On the Instagram, it's one of those things where you have to go through the story, and then you'll see them all, and then you vote. And then on Twitter, it's just you have to click on the link. You'll see them all together, and then the vote is just below that, so you can chime in there. As of right now, both Reed and I, based on the Twitter vote at least, would be relegated.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Both Reed and I would be out.
It's a
Now
double.
it's early. We're 39 minutes in. It's 24 hours of voting.
It's
if
a
you're
double
below
elimination?
if you're below 18% or below, you would get eliminated. I'm at 17.7. Now it's been going up and down. 10 minutes ago I was at like 24. So it's going to go up and down, and then you combine it with the Instagram vote, and we'll see.
But doesn't that mean there's a playoff between? Usually there's a playoff.
No, I
Between
think
the
Quinn has
double-
just put it in. If you're below 18,
Really?
you're out. We've
Okay.
never had double relegation.
See, yeah.
Jay got relegated, then Tommy got relegated, but we've never had double relegation.
I think there should be a relegation match.
But there's not two people in this office that want to join it.
Well, I think there would be for the next one, whatever it is. I don't know what the next one would be. I don't even know if I would have say in that anymore. So I don't know. They have to come up with that. And then I guess who would be eligible to get in? Zach would be eligible to get in. You guys, if you want to be eligible, Glue Guy Tommy would be eligible to get back in again. So there'd probably be a pretty good push there. So we'll see.
It would have to be something to do with the Olympics, I think.
Oh, like leading in best international athletes ever or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Cass is good.
All right, we have Cass now. Okay, well, let's dive into this. We'll get into this hockey game. I haven't chatted with Cass since the trade. Cass, so you made it home, eh? What was going on today? What happened to you?
The power in the top half of our building was out, and then I couldn't get a hold of the lady because there's like the bottom half of the building. I know there's a little studio down there, but I couldn't get a hold of her. She wasn't picking up her phone. I'm assuming because the top half of the building power was out, and so I was just like, well, I could sit and wait and hope it comes back on, or I could hop in the car and do something where at least I know it's going to work and it can get somewhere where I can do this, because we got a lot to talk about, guys. Lots happened.
There is a lot to happen since our last two guys in
happened.
the goalie. That is for sure. I guess we have to start with the trade. We did two guys a goalie on Tuesday, and then you guys did one on Thursday. I wasn't here Thursday. So the last time, it's weird a week later to be like, oh, and Stuart Skinner starting for Pittsburgh tonight. And Tristan Jarry is starting for Edmonton tonight as they go head to head. So Cass, let's just dive into it. Your thoughts on this deal, and it makes the Edmonton Oilers blank. What does it make the Edmonton Oilers?
Worse on defense, potentially better in net.
Gage, do you agree?
I would say different.
Different, like
What are the Oilers
in both
Yeah.
type of things?
Yeah. It's tough to replace Kulak, but we still don't know yet. Regula didn't look great. He looked okay against the Leafs. Not so great against the Habs. Stastny's looked decent, I would say, so far. But it's different in net. So I would say they're different.
But you can't. So can you say wholeheartedly? Can either of you guys say wholeheartedly the Edmonton Oilers got better on defense?
I would answer it by saying I don't know yet, Cass. I don't know yet.
So you think that Regula and Stastny are better than what Kulak has brought the last 2 years in playoffs?
I'm not. Well, you'd obviously say no to that, but up to this point, But Kulak hasn't been good up to this point.
He hasn't been great this year.
So
yeah, I'll give you that. That's fair.
What I'm trying not to live in the past, Cass. I'm trying to stay in the present.
It's not living in the past to say that the guy that has been one of their most studied defensemen the last 2 years, and you have two unproven defenders, like to say, hey, I don't know how this is going to pan out. For me, it's an easy look at that and to go, no, they got a hole now, bigger hole than there was before on the right side in particular on defense. And can either of you say clearly that Jarry is a 100% absolute, with certainty, no questions asked upgrade on Stuart Skinner? Can you say that? 100%, no questions asked. Is he an upgrade on Stuart Skinner?
Well, yeah, because they beat the Leafs, right? You can't. You can't.
I think I would, like, if I had to pick a goalie, I'd rather have Tristan Jarry than Stuart Skinner.
After that one game?
I'll say, just in general. Like, he had a bad year last year, but outside of that, his numbers have actually been pretty good. Like, with the Pittsburgh Penguins for a few years before that. The one area I don't necessarily like it is that for a team that's going to be pushing through the playoffs a lot, he has very little playoff experience. Mm-hmm. Right. And if that's the overall bigger picture, it's kind of what Cass says with Kulak. Like, who would you rather have in the playoffs this year?
Cool.
Brett Kulak or Stastny, who has very little NHL experience in general. Right. So, yeah. I mean, that could kind of go both ways in both of the goaltending and defense conversations.
Look, I thought Jarry was great last game. I thought the Edmonton Oilers goaltending looked a lot different with him in net than it does with Stuart Skinner, but they play differently, right? So, and does his style mesh with how the Edmonton Oilers defend better than what Stuart Skinner does? And I mean, he made some good saves at crucial times, and that was the mark. We can't get the save. We can in that time where we need it, down 2-1, and he makes the save to keep the Oilers within reach. Right, that could have changed the complexion of the game, huge on Saturday night. So
yeah.
After one game, I would have to say
it's hard to say after one game.
It's hard,
right?
But if we're just going to take
after one game,
if we're it looks better, right?
Like the proof. I told this to Tommy. Like, the proof will be in the pudding. Like, we will see, and hopefully, yes, it was worth it. To me, with this trade, the thing with it is, like, did you get better in goal? Probably, hopefully. But you paid a freaking lot to get there. Like, that was expensive. Kulak, Skinner, a pick for.
Like, I think Cass is cutting it out. If they were going to get Jarry, that's really the only way they could get it done, though.
For a guy that had a horrible season last year,
I think Cass's power went out at his house.
Cass, you're cutting in and out.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Ugh, I was just yelling. It's okay.
That's what it was. Yeah, now you're back.
No, I don't know. I'm hardlined in. That's weird. It hasn't happened since I hardlined. I understand the making a move. I fear that it was too high a price to pay for something that could potentially be a lateral move. Now, it may not be a lateral move. It may be a very positive, beneficial move. There's that potential there, but it wasn't clear cut. So we'll have to see. Because it's like, okay, let's say they were exploring Binnington and some of those other guys that had been rumored to them being exploring. Like, you want to, well, but Binnington's having a horrible year too. Like, I'm just like, how, and they were saying those guys were too expensive. So like, how much was the ask on those guys? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I will have to see. We will have to wait and see.
The one way you can kind of look at it is, if they weren't planning on re-signing Skinner and they weren't planning on re-signing Kulak, they would have walked at the end of the year, and you've got a goalie now. If he works out, you've got him for 2 years, right? At just over $5 million or whatever it is. So,
at a cap hit that maybe you couldn't get Skinner at next year.
You think Skinner would cost them more than 5 point whatever it is?
Might. I mean, if they go on,
he'll be in the yeah.
He would, right?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah,
I would say.
Well, we talked about that. The second that Wolf signed that deal, you knew you're going to have to pay Skinner 6 to 7.
Yeah. So cost certainty, I guess, right?
So it does bring the cost certainty.
As long as it works out.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's got to work out. And that's the part that scares me. And I guess the bigger, like more than the Skinner for Jarry, like that is like it's the Kulak and the hole on defense. Because what if they have an injury?
Like the hole
at
on
this
defense,
point on defense
immediately, like right now.
Immediately, like right now. Like that's where my concern with the trade is. Now, could they have something else in the works? Could they be looking at something else? Sure. That's very possible too. Doesn't mean they're not going to, and they won't have someone or some answer for that come playoff time. There's time still for that, but that's the part of it that makes me nervous.
I was thinking on the dog walk today, just because these two guys. Who do you think this trade is harder on? Is it harder on Jarry or is it harder on Skinner? Like, because Skinner. when a team gets rid of you, you're kind of like, it sucks because they didn't want you, right? There's always that feeling. But who do you think it hurts more? To me, anyways. I
emotionally, you mean?
Yeah, just crap. I would say it's Skinner.
Yeah. Well, and what's the reason there? Why would you, just because you're...
The situation, he was drafted by both guys are kind of similar. This is why I thought about it. They're the team that drafted you. You were ahead of schedule. You became the number one guy. You went to back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. You didn't get it done, and you're just, and then they just say, you know what?
They've kind of chosen you as the guy.
You're the reason.
Who was the reason, and
we
that's
didn't
why
get
they
it done.
shipped you out.
We should have 2 Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
Whereas Jarry,
that does sting.
I mean, the Penguins. I mean, they've lost in the first round each time, right? Did he play those?
He played one
6
playoff,
games.
Yeah, he played one playoff game. Then he played 6 playoff games in a year.
Yeah.
And then he played one more playoff game. He's only played 8 playoff games.
So
sorry, 8.
Yeah.
Not a.
But he was the
sniff.
man for one of them.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
I just think for Jarry coming to Edmonton, he can be more of the savior because that's how he's looked upon.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, we're so arrogant as goaltenders. We think we can change the world by just entering a room. So, I mean, he's coming in with, these guys wanted me. I'm the missing link to getting to where they want to be. So I just think for Jarry, it's a cleaner, fresh start than it is for Skinner, who is still under the microscope of having to prove himself as a capable number one goaltender, which is odd.
Cass, as far as tonight's game goes, who do you think benefits more? The player shooting against their former goalie or the goalie going up against his former teammates? Is there an advantage there?
I would lean advantage shooters because it's less of an That being said, you have the emotional adrenaline bump of going there and being like your first game. I didn't think his visa was going to come through in time, because I've chatted with guys early in the year, and it was taking like 1.5 to 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
For their, one was almost 2.5 weeks from when he, So it just takes time sometimes at things, but looks like they will be in. So he's going to get the adrenaline bump. So that being said, I'll go slight advantage shooters. More so than the goalie. Yeah. Not big, but that's because I hate goalies, right? So
that's why I want to ask the goalie.
What happens if like ice agents jump on the ice and deport him like halfway through the second? He's going
It didn't work out properly. Paperwork's not. You're out of here.
You're out of here.
Then Draisaitl gets his 1,000 points.
What was the question? Sorry,
Where's the bigger advantage, forwards or goalies, when you're going back 4 days later against a guy that you've been playing with for years?
I would say players.
Yeah,
because of the messing around and the competitions at the end of practice and doing stuff, and maybe guys had their way, or they have a spot that they've found that's successful. I would tend to lean on the players, just familiarity, shooting on the same guy.
780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. A couple of text messages here. Luke in Cowtown on the who's it easier for conversation, Gage, that he brought up, says Skinner is leaving a toxic situation. Jarry will be entering the toxic situation. Do you view that? Like it was a toxic situation for Skinner with the fan base. There was some, Tommy mentioned that the goaltending issues it kind of affected the room a little bit from what he was told. But would you view it as Jarry entering a toxic situation?
No.
It could. It could turn that way quickly with the fans if he's not good. But I still think more of that he goes to Bowman in that situation anyway, because this was the guy that he went out and got.
He doesn't know any different too. He played junior here. Not that it was like playing for the Oilers, but you don't know what you don't know. And again, I go back to the arrogance thing. He's coming in here thinking he's the reason mate.
They brought
the
me in
maker
to be the closer here.
Yeah. So no, until if he goes into a bad section and starts, the questions start being asked, did the Oilers make the right move here? Maybe then it starts rearing its ugly head. But right now, no, I think that he's in a good spot mentally coming to Edmonton.
Rod Z texts in and says Skinner was the man. He got shoved into a spot that was a few years ahead of where Skinner was supposed to be. Oilers gave $5 million to Campbell that turned out to be fake. Like Campbell's fake. I don't know I think there's an autocorrect issue here, but basically he's saying Skinner stepped up before he was supposed to, got them to 2 cup finals. Skinner shutout tonight as Oilers, McDavid, and Leon will not go out here to smash their friend. That's, though. I don't know.
They don't care about that.
I think they'll probably be looking to move that puck side to side and get a couple one-timers in there.
If they don't, I would question their desire to win. If they're not skating by and saying stuff to him and, like kind of ribbing and stuff, but I would be saying every little thing to Stuart Skinner.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Two thoughts. One is it's not going to be toxic in the dressing room. I can tell you that.
Yeah. There'd be no reason for it to be.
It won't be. No, it won't be toxic for Jarry either. Initially in the community, I don't think media is going to be whatever. Media's going to do media things. I'm going to be interested to see who now is going to get blamed for things. You're going to see Evan Bouchard continue to get blamed. It would not shock me if all of a sudden Darnell Nurse starts getting lit up with criticism from a community standpoint, from fans, not necessarily the media, but from fans, because people are going to have to find people to blame here with that. And guys better be giving it to him tonight. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You're absolutely going to. Yeah. Guys will be all over him with that. And so they should be. I mean, you're trying to get any kind of an edge, get in his head, you have a job to do. Your job is to go out to win. It's not to be best friends with the guy. So,
83 runner over in the chat says, Nurse has my vote.
Well, he becomes.
But I think I'm right in that Jarry, the heat that Jarry will take will always be less than what Skinner took because people will just blame
absolutely
Bowman. Just blame Bowman. Like this is Bowman's big move. Right? This is his big move. He's bringing in the goalie. People aren't going to sit there and go, Tristan Jarry's out. They're going to say Stan Bowman totally blew it. The one big move you had to make to try to solidify a cup before McDavid leaves if he does.
If you were going to rank the top 3 Frankenstein monsters of the Edmonton Oilers, who does it go? Does it go Bush, Nurse, Bowman?
From a fan base perspective,
From every avenue, I would say.
I think Bowman's climbing up that list pretty quickly.
Oh, he's got some.
He's got a Frederick contract that
How many? 4
take
pitchforks? 3. We'll have pitchforks ranking.
There'll be some different levels of pitchforks for some of these
and
guys.
one tiki torch.
Yeah. Dustin is in and says the Oilers are 123, 10, and 8 when their save percentage has been above 900 since 22-23. Jarry will make a difference. Now, I think instantly you say, well, guess what? Most teams, when their save percentage is above 900, they're going to be significantly above 500. But I did see this on Twitter, and the Oilers' winning percentage was higher than other teams when they do get the 900 save percentage. That being said, Jarry in his first game, they won, and he didn't have a 900 save percentage.
But it was because of that last goal.
Last goal, yeah. He played pretty well before that.
Yeah.
Do you think a Gager, like, I think it was because I'm so used to seeing the old stationary Skinner in net that Jarry almost looked too loose to me. I was like, this guy's all over the place in the crease.
Well, I don't know if your radio was out on your truck, but I spoke about this.
Odds are iHeart dipped a couple times trying to get to the bottom of that.
I think because I forget who we had on from Pittsburgh, but looking at some articles, they say when Tristan Jarry is on, he's quite calm in the net. And that phrase was interesting to me because when I watched, I thought there was a lot of movement. Now, it worked, right? But I think there was maybe a little bit too much. And I equate that to possibly just first game, lots of juice running through the veins, because he is really good on his feet. I'll say it. He's better on his feet than Skinner was, right? He's got his skating is way better. But I think we'll see a calmer Jarry in the future where there isn't as much movement, but I like it. I like how he moves around the net. Like he's taking full advantage of his size. He gets to the top of the crease. His movement side to side looked really well. And the thing that was that stood out to me the most was when there was a save, the movement to get into position to make a second save was
more under control
fluid.
after the first save.
Yeah, very fluid and a look of ease where that wasn't the case with Stuart Skinner. It was always his second save in most cases looked out of desperation rather than under control and getting the full package belly button to puck.
780-218-9999. Lots of conversation about the goaltending. Somebody made an interesting point. Let's see here. This one says this was a text. You can text us, as I mentioned, 780-218-9999. The only problem with the goalie trade is they should have made it last year, as they might have won the cup. This team this year isn't a cup contender, regardless of who the goalie is. Cass, has this changed between the pipes? I think I probably know your answer. Has it changed their chances of winning the Stanley Cup this year, in your opinion?
I don't know yet.
Slightest?
The hard part of this question is now you need to fix your defense a little bit more. So
they'll have
from
to
a
acquire a veteran
goaltending
defenseman before the playoffs. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
From a goaltending standpoint, did it increase your chances? Yes. From a defense standpoint, did it decrease your chances? Yes. And that's where I'm just like, it was such an expensive price to pay, where I'm like, did you get that much closer to Stanley Cup with this? I don't know. I don't know. Like Jarry, now if he plays lights out, then yes.
And Cass is lights out.
Oh, Cass will be back. He will reconnect.
But he's going to have to be lights out in the playoffs. Are they a Stanley Cup contender right now? I don't think so. They're a playoff team, but when you look at what's happened in the Central with the
3 juggernauts over there right now.
Oh, just Heiskanen, Morrissey, McCarr, now Hughes. Like that is a joke over there. Yeah, I just I look at the Avalanche and the way the Stars are playing right now, and I watch that Minnesota game. The Oilers aren't to that level yet. Can they get there? I think they can. They have in the past. So there's nothing to really tell me that they can't. But as of right now, I don't see them getting to the conference final. Where they are.
Yeah, I think I said this a couple days ago. If they get to the conference final this year, I would probably consider that a success.
Oh.
I know it's not the Stanley Cup final that you've been to in the last couple of years, but this was, I always viewed it as a bit of a retooling year. Obviously, they did as well, making the change in between the pipes here. Some of the guys that they signed haven't worked out as ideally as you would have hoped that they did. I think if you could get back to the conference final, which... And if you can avoid having to go through the Central, like if you can at least be that first wild card, the division doesn't look overly scary.
No.
Right? Whoever you meet in a conference final might be a bit of a taller task than you've had the last couple of years.
And you hope that they're a little bit beat up by the time they get there, too.
Well, the others, if they're going on another deep run, too, those guys are going to be exhausted.
I guess.
Especially if they're playing 25 or 26 minutes a night in the second half of back-to-back like they did against Montreal.
Well, Hudson's going to chew up at least 5-6 minutes.
Well, let's. I was going to go there next, and hopefully we can get Cass to reconnect because I do want his thoughts on this. It is Two Guys and a Goalie. We are brought to you by GS Construction. Visit gsconstruction.ca for more info on everything that they're doing over there. It's very predictable. When they called him up yesterday, the easy joke was, I said 8 minutes. I might have been too high because Quinn Hutson is skating with Curtis Lazar and Trent Frederick on the Oilers' fourth line at practice today. If you wonder what the lines are, the rest of the group stays the same. It will be McDavid with Hyman and Nuge. It'll be Draisaitl with Savoy and Podkolzin. It'll be Henrique with Matthias Janmark and Mangiapane. And then it will be Lazar with Quinn Hudson and Trent Frederick. Cass is back. We'll get back to him in a second here. Gage, your thoughts on calling up a guy who's done some really good things offensively in the American Hockey League and putting him on line with Lazar and Frederick. And are you honestly thinking that he can drive some offense on that line for you in the bottom six?
No.
Is that reasonable?
No. I don't know why they just, like I was saying this yesterday, why not bump Hyman back down to the third?
They had Hyman on the third
I know.
when Roslovic was healthy. And I think it was when Roslovic got hurt, they sort of moved things around and put that top line back
Throw
together.
Hudson up with McDavid and Nuge, just to see, right? Just to see.
That's a welcome to the NHL moment for the kid, eh?
Well, has he not deserved just a glance? I mean, it will be a glance anyway if they're down one, but why not? Like, what's he supposed to do? I told the story of Dan Curry years and years ago in the minors when Slats phoned him to get called up. And he said, no, you're just going to put me on the fourth line. I'm going to get 2 minutes of ice time. I'm not coming. And he hung up on Slats. Slats phoned him back. No, we want you. We need you. Got called up, played 5 minutes, and got sent down that night.
Cass, what do you think about calling up an offensive guy and throwing him on the... I mean, cool for him to be playing a game in the National Hockey League. He had a couple last year, but what do you think of how this is lining up, I guess?
I mean, he's going to play 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. McDavid's going to play 25, right? So maybe he plays 4 minutes. I'm interested to see. I mean, can he bring some offense? Maybe.
Lazar's been
maybe
good.
He's also got. Lazar's actually been pretty good. Frederick is not. Lazar's been pretty good. So maybe he does. And maybe you're just hoping that, the something can get squeezed out of this group.
I like to see.
I don't know.
Matthias Janmark of the top 9.
Yeah. But you could see, like, I never trust the lines as they're written up with this team.
No,
never.
Yeah, I mean, that is tough too, but they have stuck with that top 6 here for a little while now.
Mm-hmm. For the first few minutes until
for now. Yeah.
But even for now, calling him up and putting with Mangiapane and Henrique, to me would make more sense than throwing him Lazar and Frederick. Like, sorry, man, we're going to call you up, but you can't play ahead of Matthias Janmark, who, by the way, has scored 3 regular season goals in the last year and a half. I don't know what somebody texted in. Actually, it's kind of a funny text. Runner texted in and says that third line is just the EI line right now. They're phoning in and collecting a check. They're just running on EI right now on the third line. But that at least you put him with Mangiapane, who's got a little bit offensive pedigree. Frederick has done absolutely nothing all year, and Lazar has never been that guy. Like, to me, that's probably where if you were going to bring him up and play him, I totally understand what you're saying, Gager. You wanted to play Hyman on the third line, give him a look. But he was at her, man. But
he was there before. And that makes the third line kind of robust.
Hyman might be a guy who can drive Henrique and Mangiapane a little bit. But worst case scenario, playing with Henrique and Mangiapane, and I guess maybe technically that would be best case scenario, playing with Henrique and Mangiapane, because I don't know what purpose Matthias Janmark serves offensively on this team. He doesn't.
No,
he doesn't. So it's got to be frustrating. I know you guys. I want your thoughts on this. I don't know if we've talked about this. You said the guys will probably be giving it to Skinner pretty good tonight. I'm assuming the Penguins will be giving it to Jarry as well. Cass, who's the best goalie that gave it back that you would have played against? Like, how chirpy are goalies?
Ooh, that I played
sit there
against.
and take it, right? But was there one guy that like, oh man, he gives it back a little bit if you're going to get in his grill?
Oh, guys that give it back. I mean, there's lots of them. Like Markstrom was always chatty out there. Like, if you ripped him, he would fire. Still does, undoubtedly. He still fires right back. He was always pretty quick. He's always pretty chatty too, like an upbeat generally. But he would be yelling at you. I mean, I played with him, and so I didn't have the experience it myself of him being on the other side. But Jose Theodore.
Really?
He was a chatty lad, as they say. No, he would give it to guys pretty good. Jose Theodore would.
And that sexy French accent too.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. And then, I mean, Robin Leonard was just different in that you kind of expect him to just snap. Right, like it's not like he's just chittering back. Like, he's not going to chirp back, but he might try to hit you with his stick, sort of thing. Like, but I'd say I probably have to say Jose Theodore and then Markstrom on the other side too.
How chirpy were you to guys?
Not too much.
No.
I didn't. No one really talked to me too much, but they did. I would say something back. But the best ever come like that was Steve Passmore. Okay, so Steve.
Okay.
This was in junior too. So Steve's mom is gay, right?
Okay.
And so guys would skate by and say, Steve would tell me this. It was, and they'd give it the old slap shot like phrase.
Okay.
And Steve would respond with, "Well, tell your mom to stop calling her then." And that would stop it right in its tracks. He goes, "My mom's not calling your mom." So it was really great when Steve would do that. That's pretty funny.
He was a funny guy. So my experience with Passmore was in Kamloops when I was playing junior there.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and it would have been 05 lockout, I think. Or no, maybe that summer. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but he'd come out and skate with us a couple times. I don't know if you ever saw him do this, Gager, but we were doing like a shootout at the end of practice, and he started doing goalie impressions on the ice.
And mimic other goalies.
Yeah. Mimic other goalies, their stance and what they do. It was funny. Like, just like on the ground laughing funny because he just like any impression, right? You take kind of what they do and you just make it bigger, right? Like you make it more dramatic than what it actually is, and it was great. So
his best one was when he would imitate Billy Ranford, and it was perfect.
Like the barrel or the
barrel kick
glove?
saves, windmills, and then get hurt and go off. Oh, it was good. Yeah, he could do anybody. He did Cujo. He would do Hashik, and he did a really good Belfour too. I remember. Oh God, he was like, what a character that guy was.
All right, good stories there. 780-218-9999. It is Two Guys and Goalie, brought to you by GS Construction. All right, let's get into a few of your comments over here on YouTube today. Somebody, I guess the chat's moving pretty quick here because one of the ones that I wanted to get to, Gord here says, I guess maybe if he has it going, it's a confidence boost to move him up to the third line instead of being overwhelmed on the third line and getting pushed to the fourth line. But that's a lot of what ifs. All right, that is a lot of what ifs. And how do you all of a sudden, what do you do in a shift or two in the fourth line that there's like, okay, we'll put you ahead of Matthias Janmark.
Earn his ice time.
You have to earn Matthias Janmark's ice time.
I just think if you're going to call him up and he's what is he, the leading rookie scorer in the American League? Probably used to playing over 20 minutes. It's not going to be unaccustomed to playing a lot. I just throw him up there. See what you got.
In the regular season, Matthias Janmark has 7 goals in his last 2.5 years. He scored 4 in 71 games in 23-24. He scored 2 in 80 games last year, and he has 1 in 17 games this year. Neither of his 2 goals last year were shot past the goalie, right? He had an empty netter, and he had one that went off his ass. This year, he's got one that went past a goalie. But he has 7 goals in his last 2.5 seasons, essentially. And he's locked in on the third line. And this kid who comes up looking for an opportunity plays with Curtis Lazar and Trent Frederick.
Well, according to my partner, EST Afternoons 1 to 3, he would say he's due.
Well, I will point this out. In the last 2 playoff runs, he also has 7 goals.
Oh.
He had 4 goals in the first playoff run there, 23-24, and he had 3 goals in 22 games last year. So it's what we've been saying all the time. Matthias Janmark is a big game guy.
He's a lesser he's a Swedish Claude Lemieux.
He's a Swedish, very poor man's Claude Lemieux.
And not as dirty.
All right. Let's see here. Zedmo over on YouTube says, Kulak isn't irreplaceable. We can find a 3 to 4 D-man. Now,
how dare who said that?
I was what would you call him? King Kulak?
Kulak.
Zedmo said this. It wasn't me, Gager. Zedmo said it, and I have to say that. When Wallman's healthy, he's playing the right side. You have your top 4 anyway.
Yeah.
Right. You're not paying Wallman $7 million to be on your third pair.
I hope not.
So your top 4 is kind of locked in. The issue here is, Cass, can you go into the playoffs with Stastny and one of Regula or Emberson as your third pair? And then probably cut their minutes and just go heavy minutes on your top 4 guys.
Maybe. What happens if someone gets hurt?
Well,
what happens if Wallman gets
above
hurt?
where they should be. Like Regula right now, to me, is playing above where he should be.
Is playing above where he should be. And that's the challenge for me. And the thing with Kulak that was, I think, beneficial is he could play both sides if you needed, and he could move up and down the lineup. Like he could play big minutes in the playoffs if you needed him to, and he could play lesser minutes in the playoffs if you needed him to. That flexibility they'll miss. And is he irreplaceable? No, he's not. He's not irreplaceable, but he was pretty darn cheap for what he brought in terms of expensive contract against the cap. So yeah, no, he's not irreplaceable. It just, if you have injury problems in the playoffs, and if you're planning on saying, hey, we're going to ride these guys and play both our top 2 pairings 25 minutes a night, that could be potentially a recipe for disaster if the injury bug hits. Like, it just, that's to me where the risk is with that.
It's weird because I mean, Bouchard's been all world in the playoffs, right? Matthias Ekholm, aside from last year because he was injured, whatever. Nurse was better last year. Now, Wallman was good. You're probably, but in most cases, am I crazy to think like most teams run 4 guys heavy
in the playoffs
and throw
I
the
mean, unless
third.
you're really, really, really deep.
Yeah, right. And that's been one of the luxuries, I think, of the Oilers is they have been quite deep with Kulak in the playoffs, right? So now you're missing that. That's going to be tough if you go up against a team where they have a Norris caliber guy on the back end that plays half an hour, right?
Yeah, it's going to be different, right?
It's going to be a lot different.
I'm going to get to this text from Ponger. Jarry with the new Oilers pads already. Awesome looking. And Stu is wearing the dangler now. Any thoughts why? Gager? The clear.
Yeah.
He didn't have that here, did he?
No, I don't think so.
He's wearing one now, apparently.
Did he wear one in practice, though, sometimes?
So it's a practice. You
It
just
might
wear
be
in
a
practice
practice
just to protect your
just
neck.
to protect it and
okay.
then lose it for the game.
That might be the case because he was wearing it in practice with the Penguins.
Or maybe he knows how much that's the reason he left. Everyone hated him, and they're going to try to aim for his throat.
Straight headshots. Yeah.
They're coming for the. Did you wear one of those?
No, I couldn't stand it.
Really?
No, yeah.
Patrick Waugh wore one. That was a big thing. I know when I was a goalie as a kid, I wanted to have one because Patrick Waugh had one. But you just didn't like it hanging around down there?
Not that I could see anyways, but I just found when I looked down, I had to look through this dirty plastic, and I couldn't. It was tough to locate the puck.
Yeah. What about new pads middle of the season?
With today's pads,
Now it's different? Like they're all the same?
It's so
Like-
different.
Yeah.
But, I mean, people were complaining about Jarry's rebound, especially on the first goal. If Bouchard takes another step and takes his guy, that goal doesn't go in. So,
Well, welcome to Edmonton, Jarry.
but I do think those pads they're a little livelier when you right out of the box like that. But the fact that he wore them right away, that's pretty impressive, though.
Yeah, I was a little surprised. Normally you got to get 2 or 3 practices in at least. Yeah.
I mean, the old school ones that I used to wear when I wore them basically the better part of my life. It would be weeks, man, before I felt comfortable.
Before you felt comfortable enough to take them into a game.
Even when I went in to use them, I was scared to death. I remember when I played in Sweden, I sucked in camp, and the coach actually told me we were debating whether to send you home, and we were playing a Finnish team on a little island called Åland.
Okay.
And I said, screw it, because I had my Djurgården equipment.
Okay. So you were wearing your new stuff?
Oh, no,
in
I
camp?
wasn't wearing
Oh,
it
okay.
yet. And I
Okay.
just said, you know what, screw it. I got nothing to lose here. I might as well wear them because I'm not even going to be thinking of them. And I actually played awesome with these new pads, but they felt terrible. They were so
Really?
stiff. But I somehow managed to win the game, and they
Kept your job.
kept my job with the new pads.
So changing to the new pads saved your job.
So probably
saved your career at the moment.
It probably did.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been a tough decision.
It was very tough.
Yeah.
But I was just like, you know what? Yeah,
Whatever it is isn't working.
I think my reasoning was I'll be thinking about these pads more than the whole situation right now, and it just took my mind off everything else, and I just could focus on the game.
All right, so it's Oilers and Penguins tonight. And a lot of things could happen tonight. Leon Draisaitl's 1 point away from 1,000 points. Cass, do you think they just feed him even more so than usual until he gets it?
I mean, I hope I hope they just let it happen.
They were last game, man.
I know, and look what happened.
I know.
Is they tried to force it way too much, particularly on the 5-on-3 hit, and they're like 1,000 points.
It's coming, yeah.
It's here, and they just forced it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And before you know it, that penalty kill was over, and all the momentum was in the hands of the Montreal Canadiens, and they never really gave it back. So no, I hope they just let it happen. Like, the guy's got 999 points. You don't need to be like, hey, let's make sure he has to absolutely get one. Like, he's probably going to get one. Hasn't played, it's just let it happen. Let it happen. Don't force it. Just let it go.
I'm looking them off, tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You have to earn this.
Yeah, you'd go
have to
do it
earn
there.
this if
Yeah.
you want. Also, Sidney Crosby is 2 points away from catching Mario Lemieux for the franchise all-time scoring lead at 1,723 points. He's at 1,721. 1,723 will tie. 1,724 will break. We'll also note that Sidney Crosby is doing this in about 470 more games than Mario Lemieux. Like that's how much of a freak Mario Lemieux is. Like if you look at the top 10 scorers of all time, 1,480 games, 1,733, 1,756, 1,767, 1,731, 1,348 for Marcel Dion, 1,514 for Steve Yzerman, Sid's at 1,383, Ovi's at 1,523, Mario's at 915 games.
Jeez.
And he's 8th all
Ridiculous.
time in points.
You think we'll see another like a Mario-esque player in the NHL? Like with his size.
And
But that's like Draisaitl's pretty close. Like that's as close as you're gonna. You think that's as close as you get?
But
Like
Mario's
because Draisaitl's
6'6".
yeah, he's still bigger
Mario
than
was
Dry.
a big
Yeah.
body, right? He
Yeah.
was bigger than Lee.
Yeah, he's like 6'5". Yeah.
I just think like
And young Mario moved pretty well too.
oh gosh,
Yeah.
yeah. So I just wonder if we'll see that kind of guy ever again. Like that's just huge. I guess. Well, Tage Thompson's a beast, but
Yeah, but he's not-
He's a
not
big boy.
Mario Lemieux.
He's not the best offensive player in the league
yeah.
as well. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like
It'd be interesting in this kind of era of how the game is.
The thing is that you would have to still be one of the best skaters on the ice.
Yeah, oh,
right?
yeah.
If you're gonna
Yeah.
do it as a big guy.
But Mario was.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but later in his career, when he wasn't as fleet of foot, he's still so insanely smart and had such wicked hands that it didn't really matter, right? Like,
Well, those. I wonder. Do you think Connor will ever slow down?
Oh, at some point, your body's going to.
Will that
Now but him slowing down,
is back
him
to
slowing
normal?
down.
he's still faster
It's
than most
like-
people, even if he's
still
slowing
faster
down.
than most people.
But will that cause Connor, who already processes the game at a high speed, will his hockey mind become better because he doesn't have the attribute of that explosive speed anymore? Does Connor getting older make him a better player?
Well, I don't think it makes him a better player, but I think he can still be a very, very, very good player as he slows down. Plus, he'll probably stay faster longer because of the way athletes handle their bodies
Yeah, that's true.
nowadays, right? Like he'll probably be peak speed up until the last,
Like
15% of his career?
Mike Gardner was still the fastest skater at 38?
He could fly, right?
Yeah.
If you have it, you have it. 83 run over there says, guys, I'd say about 3 years of Eric Lindros before he ended up starting getting hurt, like a big guy.
Yeah,
who
I
moved
know.
very well. Somebody's suggesting Yager. Yager was a big boy
He's a
too.
huge
but, yeah.
guy, but
Yeah.
you just don't see those big, huge guys anymore that dominate, right? All the best players are, 6'2", 6'3"? You don't get the... Anyway.
Somebody said Mario probably would have had the all-time goal record if he he had 690 goals in 915 games. Like
So if he plays to 1,500, he's got 1,000
if he
goals.
plays to 1,500, he's got 1,000 goals. No doubt about it.
Easy.
Yeah. All right, what's coming up on EST afternoons? Who's got it? Gager, you know what's up, or Coob? What do you guys got?
Coop's got it.
Okay, what's up, Coob?
Well, obviously, it's a busy show today, previewing the Penguins-Oilers matchup tonight. Derek Van Diest from NHL.com will slide into chat about the Jarry versus Skinner matchup. They also talk about Quinn Hutson's season debut for the Oilers here. Brett Kulak also making his Penguins debut of note. Joe Yerdon from The Athletic, who covers the Sabres, will connect to talk about Kevin Adams being kicked to the curb as well, and what the future outlook is for the Sabres there in Buffalo.
All right, so if you were watching on YouTube today, turn on autoplay. That's going to take you right on over to EST Afternoons. More great hockey talk and entertainment coming up with Hernan Salas and Joaquin Gage. Cass, good job making it work with the internet there today, with the power going out of the office. You are you're the hero today. You're the hero of the show.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that.
All right, Cass, we'll talk to you on Thursday. There you go. That is
Bye, Cass.
See you
Matt
guys.
Kassian for Joaquin Gage. I'm Dustin Nielson. Two Guys in Goalie brought to you by Sandman and his crew over at GS Construction. Stick around for EST Afternoons. That is on the way. I will talk to you tomorrow morning, bright and early, 6 o'clock on The Nielsen Show. Take it easy.